Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca. I do a lot of sewing, but I also have a lot of other random hobbies. So not only will this channel be about sewing, but I'll have probably some crocheting, some cross stitching, I don't even know, but lots of really random things. So I hope you stick around and see what my videos are like. The project that I'm working on right now is an Italian chemise from the 18th century. I found a free version of this pattern on this website above, and here I am just scrolling through so you can get the gist of what I'm trying to make. I am making this Italian chemise as the undergarment for a hobbit costume for my birthday that's coming up. So here I am just measuring out each individual piece according to my body shape and size. So I just did a few quick little measurements and then I just snipped and ripped out all of my pieces. Now that I have all of my pieces ripped out, this is my stack of the pieces I'm using, and this is the leftover fabric, so there's not a lot left. I decided to draw out the whole pattern from the website instead of printing it out. So here I am just writing and drawing out step-by-step instructions so I can refer back to them as I'm working on this project. The one body piece that I cut out was a little bit too short, so here I am adding a panel into the main body piece and then felling it underneath so it won't fray. After this, I cut the gussets in half. The gussets are what goes under your armpit to give your arms room to move. And then I realized I probably shouldn't have done that, and that in the pattern they were actually probably just folded, and that was a really stupid mistake, but oh well, here we go. I guess I have to sew them back together. Now I'm adding the gussets to the main body of the shift and pinning them together. If I alternate between calling this a shift or a chemise, they're both historically accurate, so it doesn't really matter. After that, I felled the seam so that it wouldn't fray and continued to sew. If you hear anything weird, it's because I'm out here doing this voiceover in my truck because all my kids are running around the house screaming and being wild before bedtime, and I had nowhere else to go. I'm really hoping that I can get this whole project done before my birthday party next week. I've been working on it since the beginning of May, I believe. Maybe it was the end of April. And I just lost my jam halfway through, and it's been sitting here for ages. So now I'm finally getting back to it. I feel like I have to be in the mood to do a project. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there as a work in progress and mock me until I get back to it. Now a little break for our kitten that we rescued. Her name is Morel, like the mushroom, although my husband likes to call her Killer because now that she's a little bit older than you see in this video, she's really starting to attack and teeve, and hopefully she's going to be a really great mouser one day. But my goodness, right now she is just so darn adorable. I can't get enough. Anyways, here's what a felled seam looks like from the front and from underneath at the back. And now I'm adding the sleeve to the gusset and pinning that down and felling those seams. And somebody fell asleep while I was sewing. Oh, she's just so cute. And then I made a really silly mistake where I put the gussets onto the wrong part of the body for the front of the chemise, and I had to undo all of that work and move it down a little bit further so it wouldn't sit really funny on me, and then do it all over again. And I was a little ticked off, and I gotta say that project sat around for a little while I was mad at it. But we pick up again and we keep going, and I eventually got that done and sorted, and I think that was probably the last mistake that I made on this project, which is good, as I feel like I actually made fewer mistakes on this than I have on other projects in the past where I've had to just frog the entire thing. Sewing with a kitten in your lap can be a little bit challenging, but I've got to say she makes a really adorable sewing partner. So if you're watching her more than you are watching me sew in this video, I totally don't blame you because I would do the same thing. Anyways, enough kitten content. This is what it looked like when I put it all together and realized I had made that really big mistake with the gussets. And here I am actually sewing the side seams of the dress together so that it will be wearable. And I just said dress, but guys, I totally meant a shift. Silly me. Here I am just flat filling the side seams of the shift and hoping that this is going to be done soon. Hand sewing takes forever, but I really, really love it. Look how good it looks on the underside. Oh my goodness, especially when you get to the gussets at the top. Love it. Here she is in all her glory before we finally get the top going. So I decided against being historically accurate here to do the seam at the top of the dress. I'm just making like a sort of pocket seam at the top so that I can thread through a ribbon and tie it off instead of like making gathers and sewing them, because that takes frickin' forever. No thank you. We're gonna be modern here. And here we go, threading the ribbon through. I just duct taped it to the end of a really small knitting needle, and it worked amazing. 100% would recommend fishing ribbon through this way and not any other way. Top is done. Just to tie it in a little bow and give you a little peek before I go on to finish hemming the sleeves, and then she will be completely done, and I am so pumped to try this on. So here I am, just finishing up the sleeve hems, which really did not take very long at all. I think I got those done in like 20 minutes. I hope you have enjoyed watching this little historical sewing project, or semi-historical. I know this is a pretty new channel and I'm very new to this, so if you want to follow along and see more content, please subscribe, and you'll see some more historical content and some other random stuff too. Stick around to the end of the video to see me try on my whole Hobbit costume, ensemble, whatever you want to call it. Thank you.